Hello, everyone. I'm Sin. I'm a runner of Psychonauts. I'm really excited to show off this game. So the last time this game was at ESA was about probably 7 or 8 years ago. So really excited to have this back. This is my commentator.
Hello, It's Carrie, and I'm not a runner of this game, but I'll be commentating anyways.
Yeah, he's played it casually. So he'll try and fill in some stuff, especially towards the beginning, because there's going to be a lot of crazy stuff going on. So time will start once I press enter. So I guess if we're ready, we can just do the countdown and then we can get going. And then from there, it's going to be super chaotic. So Scary will try and explain some things, but we'll see. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. We have the ESA 2025.
Yeah,
Dave.
shout out. So I guess really quick, in this intro section, there's actually a tutorial that you're supposed to play right after you mash through all this text. But if you pause the game through like a sound cue, you can just quit the title and it just skips the whole thing.
And
so
also the bad thing saved the second there.
Yeah. So the bed, you saw Raz was not laying on the bed at all. That's intentional. Yeah, I think that saves like a second or two for some reason. I'm not actually sure why, but. So yeah, we just skipped the tutorial.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're gonna have like a really intense chain of movement here. So Sin is gonna start making his way towards the first level, which is Coach Oleander's training course. So here he's gonna do, he's gonna line up to do what's called a palm. And he's gonna get launched on top of the trias. Okay, got it. It's nice. And here you can already enter the first level where, well, it's like the intensity is pretty much the same. It's gonna still like do a bunch of movements. Oh,
yes, there we go. That's
okay.
Really hard to get.
Yes.
Oh yeah, so something quick to mention as well. You can see there's these like floating drawings like around the map.
Yeah,
you actually need these to get levels because we actually have to hit a certain level by a certain point of this run.
Yeah. So the way this game works is that by collecting these figments, like your psychic rank increases, and you can also do that with collecting a bunch of other items. We'll see more of that later. But in this first level, Sin is gonna try to clear the level as fast as possible and also collect. Oh, okay, that was really hard.
Okay.
That was a really good palm.
Yeah, we didn't get the full chain there, but that's perfectly fine. The full chain there is actually really tricky. You have to get a lot of speed off that to be able to jump on the first one, and then jump over to the ledge that we just went on to.
So yeah, basically, Sin is just trying to collect all these figments because he's gonna need a certain amount of them for a later part in the game where we need to unlock some of the psychic powers to clear one of the levels.
Yeah.
Right now,
and those two powers are fire power, pyrokinesis, and telekinesis, which like lets us throw stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Here did not save the guy.
Yeah, we did not help Dogen, unfortunately. Shout out to B-Dud for helping Dogen. I've never helped Dogen, not even casually, but I probably should.
Okay, here we have like a small little challenge. We just have to destroy these guys that just pop out. Okay, you told me this is like pretty much random, right?
Yeah, this is like fully random. So there's like these enemy ones, but there's also one that can pop up that's like a baby, and you're not supposed to punch those ones. But if you're doing this for the first time, you can punch them anyway, and you don't actually lose points. Also, this is like terrible RNG. I got like 6. It's like the worst RNG I've seen on that.
That's okay. Also, a thing that just went by, that like dog-looking thing, that's a safe. We don't need to get those. There's like one of the other collectibles in this game. Okay, he dodged the turret. That was really good.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, so I guess I should mention that trick. Oh, whoa. I should mention that trick we're doing there, where we're just like kind of bee-hopping. That's called palming. So if you kind of ground pound on a slanted surface and then jump, you will get a ton of speed and just go flying.
Yeah. Also, we already skipped the entire bottom section here by just doing that movement that Sin just did. And here is gonna try to go over the gate. Okay. Oh, let's go!
There we go, there we go.
That's really good.
That's a really nervous palm there, because if you die on that palm, you actually respawn all the way back at like the beginning of this specific section.
Yeah, and this brought us pretty much at the end of the level.
Yeah. So yeah, the first level's actually almost done already. There's only one more palm we have to do. This level just palms like crazy. So yeah, this one's on like a sort of moving like turnstile sort of thing. And you can do a palm like while it's going up, because technically there's a slant here. Nice.
Oh, okay.
And we picked up the big figment. So that figment I just picked up, that yellow one, that's worth 20. Actually, I think it's worth 20.
Yeah, something I haven't mentioned is that each one of these is worth like a different amount. Yeah. And you just need like a certain score before the end of the game to actually be able to like complete it optimally. Okay, so here we're in the main hub of the game. Sin already just did a skip there to skip a cutscene. Just like went into the trigger. We're gonna start seeing some of the saving related tricks here. Okay, there you go.
Yeah, so this trick right here is actually called an LSD. And it's not what you think it stands for. It actually stands for load save displacement. So anytime you enter a loading zone, if you save the game and then load it, the game will actually put you in kind of a place you're not supposed to be. So there's like certain like kind of labbed out ones that like we know where it sends you. And so that one actually takes you right next to the lake, which is a little bit faster.
Suddenly we're here helping Maloof, I think is the name of the kid, right?
Yeah, this guy's Maloof. He just, I don't know, he just cries all the time. That's all he does in this game. Oh, we didn't get that. We'll try to get this. We'll do a couple attempts on this. So you can do a palm on like a, oh, there we go.
Oh,
nice.
So these are a bunch of items that we have to collect for a Scavenger Hardened mission that gives a lot of XP. We'll get a bunch throughout the run.
Yeah, I forget how many items we actually get, but we don't get the whole scavenger hunt, we just get half of it. So we get half the ranks. Also, something funny, so this door that's going to be opening, this door is actually FPS dependent, so it opens faster if your FPS is lower. So right now we should be on 120, but if you're on like a crazy FPS, so we were like testing this in the practice room, if you're on like 300 FPS or something, that door literally takes an absurd amount of time to open.
Also, this part of the game is the brain tumbler, and it's technically also the end of the game. We're gonna come back here later.
Yeah, so we need to get Psyblast, which is like a gun that you use with your mind.
Sasha, yeah.
Okay, done talking to Ford. Okay, so now that we have Psyblast, we're gonna go into the second level of the game.
Exactly. Okay, there we go. So here's where we see a bit of the combat in this game, which is mainly around based around the Psyblast, which is our like projectile attack. This level is pretty fast, even casual, but like you're gonna see Sin clear this like really quickly.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, so we can get a lot of speed right there. So cool thing about this cube level is if you jump early enough, you see like the world kind of like transitions there a little bit, like the cube kind of flips and it becomes a slant. So we can palm off every single surface of this cube. We do that one to get up here. So pretty much this level, you just have to like hit a bunch of targets. This whole level is just supposed to be sort of like a training course for like your new power. And that's kind of how like the intro levels of this game are structured, is they're all supposed to be centered around like one of your powers. Oops.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see if we can hit this one.
So also something we haven't mentioned is like how each level... Oh no. Each level is like one of the characters... You're entering one of the characters' minds. So each one of them like represents like, you know, the way kind of like they see things, which is really cool.
Yeah. So in these intro ones, you're mainly entering like the teachers, like your teachers' minds.
Okay, we have the first boss here.
Yeah, he kind of just runs around and follows us. We can't attack him directly right now because if you attack him, he'll actually like get health back from these little things. So we have to destroy all 5, and then we can sort of fight him. Hopefully he doesn't hit me with the stamp, because then there's like a really boring cutscene that plays. I don't know what he's doing right now. He's like
Just running
freaking out.
away.
Okay, he's dead.
Nice. That's the second level.
Yeah, so something cool about this game is like after each level, you actually go back into the brain tumbler to complete a new section of it. So pretty much you need to power for each section. So as you can see, we're back here at the very start of that, the brain tumbler again. And then so now we're just gonna get all the females on this right side. We did miss that one on the left side, but that's fine because we picked up a 20 earlier that normally you wouldn't pick up.
Yeah. Also, there's a fast travel system in this game, both for like the I guess the overworld and also like the mines. It's called the collective unconscious, the one we use to travel between mines, I think, right?
Okay, we'll try this one again.
Oh, okay.
This
yeah,
one's tricky.
Okay, here's going for the phone. Okay.
Oh. We didn't get that one. Okay. But yeah, so you can hit a palm there as well. That'll send you kind of down here. That one's really tricky. You have to hit like a small, very, very small slant on that, but it just sends you to like right here. So it doesn't save that much time. Okay, then there's a second one right here that hopefully we can get. There we go.
Nice.
Sweet, at least we got the second one. Also, to tumble in this game, you hold the lock-on button. So sometimes the game like accidentally locks onto enemies.
I'm coming up there to save you.
What is wrong with me?
Yeah, so we do another palm there to get up here.
Explain, Sasha. I gotta claim this spooky thorn.
Oh, so yeah, we haven't mentioned the side flip movement. I guess like front flip movement you're doing as that skips like the animation, right, for when you're shooting.
Yes, yep, yeah, exactly. So if you shoot while you're tumbling, it just fully skips the animation. Also, we have the lake checkpoint. So we actually shouldn't have lake right now. But what we did earlier in the run, after we did that first LSD, is you saw that we were like kind of rubbing up against a wall. Okay, there we go. Nice. We were kind of rubbing up against a wall. And the purpose of that was to get the lake checkpoint. So for some reason, if you rub against that wall, they just give you the fast travel point. I'm not sure why, because normally you're supposed to actually enter the area to get it.
All right, this is the third level. And here we gain the power of levitation, which is this ball you can use to just go fast and also to float. There's also a glitch we unlock with this that we're gonna see in a bit.
How are we gonna go?
That was a
oh, there we go. Nice. Got up
Okay.
really high.
So yeah, this glitch pretty much allows you to just fly infinitely.
Yeah, so the levitation ball has some of just the most broken stuff in this game. The main glitch that we use it for is flying, and you'll see an example of that right here in a second. So if we hold lock on and then like just spam like A and B, we can just fly up forever. And it's really broken glitch. Pretty much just an infinite jump.
Yeah, also you can get a lot of momentum with the ball, so it's gonna help us like travel really fast in some of the levels.
Yeah, and this trick is actually FPS dependent as well. So this does not work on console because by default VSync is on for console, but on PC we can turn it off.
Okay, now we should have the race, yes. So this part looks really cool.
Yeah, so this whole thing you can pretty much just B-hop through this entire race, and hopefully we don't run into anything because then we'll lose all our speed. So I'm gonna focus on this. Okay, nice.
Okay.
We pretty much want to keep around our same speed for this whole race. Yeah, so pretty much we're just getting off the ball and then running into those little checkpoints that give you speed. So you can see on the race, we're like really far ahead from Bobby, who's in second place. If you run into something, he actually catches up surprisingly fast.
Okay.
So yeah, we're on the final stretch of the race.
Getting close.
We ran into something, but it's fine.
Fine.
This should still be good. Then this last part. So ideally you can jump up and hit that bounce pad on the way left, but since we bumped into something, unfortunately, at the end, it'll just be slightly slower, but the end of the race is just right here, so. Okay. The race can be really difficult because there's a lot of stuff you can run into. Oops.
Yeah, the gameplay speaks for itself.
Yeah, the race I feel like is the section that I've probably practiced the most. Yeah, so this is actually the end of this level. All we have to do is just fall through like 3 rings, and then we can just go straight to the end.
Yeah, we can leave Milla's mind.
Okay, it's right here. Sometimes the camera kind of like goes to a weird position there after you hit that last one. Okay, and that's the end of the 3rd level. So now we're actually going to go back into her mind again, because the next part of the game we have to go back to the brain tumbler again for the 3rd time. But the fastest way to do it is to actually use this like little goop guy, this like snot guy.
Yeah.
And just go back, and he'll actually take you to the unconscious, which is kind of like a hub of just all the levels. And the brain tumbler is just right here. So we can just go back into it.
Yeah. That seems surprisingly a lot.
Yeah, because you have to go all the way back to Sasha's lab and then go back into the brain tumbler, so that's way faster. So what we're doing right here, we're not actually really skipping anything. You just have to like climb up the tree again. It just ends up being faster to just IJ up here. Also, here's the funny TV part. The TV spam. Okay, so this is actually, I guess, the 2nd boss of the game. And he's kind of like an auto-scroller fight. Pretty much, he'll like attack you a bit, and then he'll expose himself for some reason, and then you just kind of beat him up. So I guess if there's any donations, this would be a good time. If not, there's definitely plenty of other stuff we'll be able to explain.
It's funny with the bosses, like too many bosses wrote us out. They make an attack, then here's my big open spot where you can attack. Classic thing. No delays at the moment, but we have some incentives coming up shortly. Not shortly, rather yesterday. Yesterday, tomorrow, I guess. So we have bonus round for you for 50. I think it's another $132. $42. And also incentive for low-level boss fights, Saga Emerald Beyond. And those are both up tomorrow. So keep an eye on those as well. And back to you.
Yeah, so we're actually kind of baiting this boss as well. I guess that's something we can explain. So this boss has to lock onto you before he shoots at you. So if you're just kind of hiding behind one of these, like that question mark shows up, and like he'll just like never attack you. So you have to like actually kind of wait for him to be ready to attack you, and then you hide. And also we ran into a confusion grenade. The worst. The confusion grenades, it like reverses all your controls. Also, big explosion there.
Yeah. And here we just have to beat up the brain.
Yeah, so it was being controlled by a brain. So we're actually fighting like a blueprint right now. So it's not like actually like a existing thing. But we're actually going to fight the real tank a lot later in the run.
Yeah, I'm sure that's going to be way better than this fight.
Yeah, surely it's going to be way, way more fun than that fight. Yeah, so the next level is actually another auto-scroller, funny enough, and it's the longest in the game. But before we do that, we actually need to get those scavenger hunt items that Scary mentioned earlier. So we're just pretty much just going to be running around. We're going to grab this rank, and then there's going to be an equal claw over here that we're going to pick up. Yep, there we go. And then we're going to go into an area we actually haven't seen yet. And this is the only time we're going to see it.
And then all the items we collected we're going to have to bring to Ford.
Yep.
And it's going to give us the levels.
Yeah, so we ideally should jump up all the way to level 17. And then the last couple levels we'll have to get in the following mines. So we got the egg, and then we only need one more, which is the pipe, which is back here.
Yeah.
And then now we just need to give it to Ford. And thankfully, Ford is actually just chilling in this this area back here. Yeah, Ford kind of has like a split personality. So like he's like dressed up as different things, like around the map. So in this area, he's just dressed as like a park ranger. And in the kitchen, he's like a chef. So we talked to Ford, and we're ranked 14 right now. So we actually went up to rank 18. So we are actually ahead in terms of our like I guess our rank. Typically, you'd be like rank 17 and be at maybe about like 30 figments. Yeah, so the next level is actually like underwater, and it's a super big auto-scroller, unfortunately. This is the big section.
Yeah, I guess this is technically kind of a boss fight, but yeah. Basically, this big lungfish, we have to fight her and then we'll be able to enter her mind. That way we can cross and get to the other side. I think supposed to reach the asylum, right?
Yeah, so pretty much like kind of the plot of this is the guy's mind we were in the very first level. He's supposed to be like, I guess, like the camp counselor, so he's kind of just guiding everyone through this journey. And it turns out he's like actually evil. So, and he's like trying to like steal everyone's brains. And so we find out about that, so we need to go to their like evil lair, which is like in an asylum. So we end up finding the fish that kidnapped like a friend of ours, so now we're like heading there right now. So this game, I guess I might as well explain, there is another route to this game. So the route that we're going to be doing for this game is actually the way super harder route. So hopefully we get it, but where the route differences actually happens during this level. So what you're actually supposed to do in this game is you're supposed to buy this device with 50 arrowheads, which is one of the currencies in the game, and we haven't even collected a single one yet, because we don't need any. But in the actual run, you would collect 50, and then you would buy this, I guess like radar that you can use to find arrowheads in the ground. And so ideally what would happen is during this section, there's actually a lot of deep wells, and deep wells give you a lot of money. So there's one specifically in here that gives you like 500, and that's enough to buy the item that we need to beat the game, which is called the Cobweb Duster. But unfortunately, we're not going to be getting the Cobweb Duster. There is a different route where you can skip it, where you don't have to collect any currency or any other currency. And what that route persists of is you do save a lot of time, but at the very end of the run, you have to do like a frame-perfect pause to be able to get to the last area. So that's the route that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, and the cobweb duster, yeah, it's used to remove those like purple cobwebs. That you can, I think we saw some of them in the first few levels.
Yeah, so this fight is actually split up into like 3 phases. So this is the second phase. It's like the exact same as the first one, but you have to like actually wait for him to spit out like all the crates. And I think we got like the worst RNG imaginable right now. I think he spit out no crates. That is so bad. Yeah, ideally, okay, he sucked up one that was like sitting out of bounds. I don't think I've ever seen RNG this bad before. Oh, we almost got that one. But yeah, normally it's sort of like a 50-50 where he'll spit out just 3 crates and then, yeah, see, so there's one. Just kind of randomly spits them out. Ideally, you want him to spit out 3 during like the very first cycle. If he doesn't, okay, so there's 3. If he doesn't, you just pretty much lose like almost a minute, which kind of sucks. But he gave us 3 there, so we'll take it, I guess. Yeah, so pretty much each of the phases has one of these like running sections. So we're gonna be going to like the last part of the fight, and you can probably tell that the boss still has like a lot of health left. But don't worry about that, because in the last phase we're gonna like actually beat him up. We're gonna punch him a bunch. So we're not gonna be using the actual crates. Something funny as well is the this like camera view. You can tell it's like the camera seems like very strange, like it's moving up and moving down. This is actually supposed to be the perspective of like the boss. Yeah, so he's kind of like behind us, just watching us. But sometimes it doesn't make sense because he's like kind of only slightly above us right there.
Yeah.
It's like he's just like the camera. And that thing's just spinning. Do you see that on the left? I don't know why that's spinning.
Yeah, we're almost there, the second part of the fight.
Yeah. Also, oh, I should probably call out as well before it's like way too late. This is like halfway during the run, but the runner name is wrong. If someone can fix that, it's SYN_SR. Okay, so this is like the end of this section. We just go down here, and then the last part of the fight is going to start. So for this last part, we're actually just going to bait him to like swing into these clams. And then that'll pretty much just deplete the rest of his health. Okay, and then now that he's dead, we're going to actually go into his mind. So this level is actually really cool.
Yes.
We kind of play as like a Godzilla type, I guess, like just a big Raz, pretty much.
Okay. So in that tunnel, pretty much just use the shield power, which is kind of, I guess, like the main power you're supposed to use in this level.
Yeah, so we did actually get a new power there. It's the shield, and the shield is like absolutely broken.
Yeah. Here, Sin is just gonna make his way through Lungfishopolis. That's the name of the level, and we have a boss fight right at the end, and we're gonna see a skip to get to that pretty soon. Okay, yeah.
Oh, okay. Sure. Yeah, if you shield there, like right as you, I guess, ground pound the blimp, you can kind of skip the rope that you're normally supposed to be on.
Okay.
Okay, sweet.
So we're underwater now.
Yeah, we're under the map. Yeah, so this actually skips quite a bit. You can actually see the city on the left side and kind of in the back a bit. So yeah, so what we do there is we pick up that bag tag, and then we touch the water right as we grab the bag, and I don't know why, but the game just throws you under the water. So we're actually coming up on a very interesting boss fight that's very long and has 3 phases, but we're going to try to beat it during the first phase.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Coach Amara. He's the guy terrorizing all these people. Okay, there we go. Okay. No, what was that?
It just went away.
Okay. Oh, what's he doing? Okay, that's... I've never seen that before, sure.
So here it's really important when he does the kick attack. Yes, okay.
There we go. We got it. We got it. We got it. That was so tough.
That was really tough.
That was so tough. Yeah, that fight is super long. Yeah, it's like 3 phases long. I don't know why he just like teleported back to the middle of the map, but sure. Okay, so we actually want to be level 19 with 60 figments by kind of the end of this next level.
Yeah.
And then that's very important because we're gonna lose a lot of time if we're not. And we're like super over figmented, so we're fine. Yeah, so this is actually like the most infamous level in this game.
Yeah. If you played this game, you definitely remember this level. The classic. And we unlock the clairvoyance power here as well.
Yeah, so this is like the Milkman conspiracy. So it's a whole level about like a conspiracy about like a bunch of like Girl Scouts and like a Milkman guy, and there's a bunch of people like investigating, and we have to do like all these puzzles to try and figure out like what happened. But don't worry, we can skip all of it. We're just gonna skip it right now. So we're just gonna go into this pipe, and we skipped it.
Just that.
Yeah, it's very strange that the trigger just extends under the pipe like that. So
we skip pretty much the entire level. There's a lot of items you have to collect. I'd say like it's pretty much like.
Yeah, casually it's probably like 5 minutes or something.
Exactly.
It's
like
crazy.
It's pretty long.
Yeah, but the idea is that I don't even know what the last item is, but whatever the last item is what gets you into that sewer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in this next section, we're gonna break into someone's house.
Also, Sin is still collecting figments here.
Yeah, we don't need them anymore since we're level 20, but ideally you can see how much we're over figmented by, but that's fine.
Normally, if you have less, you're supposed to collect these ones.
Okay, so we're gonna knock on her door and then we're gonna shoot her.
Hello?
Oh, rip. Rip. So ideally, okay, I have to explain this a little bit. So you're not supposed to actually shoot her with Psyblast. You're actually supposed to get past her with the invisibility power-up. So to get invisibility, you actually have to be level 30. So what you're supposed to do is knock on the door and then just walk past her with invisibility. Also, we just skipped an unskippable cutscene there by shooting Ford right as his dialogue
What we're seeing
ended.
right now is the tutorial for the powers we unlocked by ranking up,
Yep.
which is telekinesis and pyrokinesis.
Yeah, but pretty much us, I guess, Psyblasting the Girl Scout is, I guess, technically a skip, because what's supposed to happen is when you get close to her, she kind of like insta just goes back inside and just shuts the door very quickly. But thankfully, you can kind of lock onto her. Yeah, so we did actually kind of, I guess, we used an item called the Bacon, which always sends us back here. So now we're going to talk to Ford to go back into the level we were just in, and thankfully, it's going to actually take us back to the boss fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, this boss is this is actually like the Girl Scout leader. She like throws cookies at us that explode. So yeah, this is very like basic fight. She just kind of jumps around, and you just punch her. There is actually a skip right here. So after we punch her, we're gonna grab her with our telekinesis, and it's actually gonna skip her phase 2. So she's always gonna be in phase 1 now for the rest of the fight. And then one more hit, and then she'll be dead. And then we'll be done with Milkman. Maybe? Okay, there we go. Okay, so now we're gonna do the most broken skip in this entire game.
Big skip coming up.
So we're gonna go into this loading zone, and we're gonna do another LSD. And this one skips a lot. So you're gonna see the world's gonna kind of turn red. Yep. And then, so typically there's 3 more levels you have to play before the end of the game. But if you do an LSD right there, that elevator we just went into actually takes you to the very end of the game. So now we're up here.
Yeah. We skipped a lot here.
Yeah, there's 3 whole levels that take quite a while to do.
Yeah, plus you have to climb all the way up to the Asylum Tower, so definitely saved a lot here.
Yeah, also this is my favorite part of the game. So we're getting this turtle to, we need this turtle. So we have to wait for him to get in a good spot so we can grab him. Okay, and then we're almost to the next boss. Okay, yep. So now we're coming up to the, so that blueprint we saw earlier, this is the actual one, like in real life. It's not like a blueprint. So the mechanics of this is pretty much we have to like burn his shield, or I guess whatever he's doing, and then we have to throw like a rock on top of it. And the lock-on's like really bad. So that's kind of what we're gonna be doing. So if there are any donations, this would be a good time, because the end of the game is coming up.
We have indeed. First off, we have an anonymous donation for $25, no comment. But that was put towards the UFO 50 run, that's tomorrow, the bonus run. And we have a $56 donation from Bond Old, who says, keep up the great work. And that was put towards a shirt, so you got a shirt as well. And also towards the UFO 50 run. So thanks a lot for both those donations.
Yes, we're in the last phase here. This kind of just gets, this kind of spinning rocks get kind of progressively faster. So this last phase is like actually really annoying to hit the tank, especially when he doesn't really lock on. Let's see if we can get it right here. Oh, there we go. Okay, nice. So that's the end of that boss. Yeah, this boss sucks. I prefer the blueprint one. So we're gonna hit a cutscene, now we're a brain, don't ask why. We're just a brain now. So yeah, so we're actually gonna mix with the brain that's inside the tank, which happens to be the coach from the very beginning of the game. Don't worry, it's not confusing. It makes perfect sense. Okay, so now we're at the frame perfect trick we mentioned earlier. So this is probably the hardest trick in the run. So we need to turn on VSync here, so we're not 120 FPS anymore. And yeah, we'll see if we get it. So we have to do a frame perfect pause right at this fade out. That might work. Let's see. No, it didn't work. That would have been crazy if we got that first try. Maybe? You can also let this run out to maybe try and buffer it. But if you're really close to the loading, then it doesn't really, like it won't really matter. Nope. Let's see if this worked. This trick is super kind of randomish.
And it's pretty much at the end as well.
Thankfully, I guess getting back to this doesn't take a lot of time. So yeah, if you actually miss the pause, it still sends you back here, and then you can just pretty much go back in. Yeah, I guess to shout out as well, there is actually kind of a slightly easier way to do this now. That was kind of discovered like yesterday, I think. But I haven't had much time to look at it, so it kind of involves like using the credits to try and kind of like frame advance it. What try are we on? Are we on like 5 or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Pretty much we're trying to do like a single pause, so it's very, very tricky. This might work. Oh, okay. We're able to buffer one in. This might work. Prage. Not that. Load. Fingers crossed. No, that didn't work either. I was really hoping to get this first try. That would have been sick.
Yeah.
But yeah, this trick's pretty random. Nope.
Yeah. I don't know how much these saves are getting all the arrowheads as well. But normally, yeah, here, the reason why Scene is trying this, because otherwise you need the Cobweb Duster to enter that area. I'm gonna let him concentrate.
Let's see if this works. Nope. Oh. It's paused slightly too late. Pretty much right between when that loading screen starts, there's like a single frame there that you can pause on. Thankfully, we made our estimate very generous to account for this trick.
Yeah, exactly.
Nope. This is also why we capped our FPS to 60 as well. Because at 120, you can imagine, this is probably a nightmare. There we go, we got it. We got it. There we go. That was tough. What try was that?
This is the mid circles.
I guess we'll also turn off VSync too while we're at it.
So this is the last level of the game, and we're pretty much just keeping all of it. We're just keeping straight to the boss fight.
Yeah, don't worry about the world looking crazy. That's because we did the LSD there. But yeah, we just skipped the whole level. We're on the final boss. So yeah, this is the final boss. This has like 3 phases. So who's ready to count in chat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then backflip. Come on. Okay. Then we jump up and punch him. Okay, now we have to do it 9 times. And then we have to do that 2 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, backflip. Okay, one more time. Don't worry, this is probably the hardest part of the run. I'm not gonna lie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so...
Okay.
Don't worry, there's more. So now we're going to do a super crazy trick that I hope we get.
Yeah. In this part, we pretty much have to do a bunch of platforming while the water is rising up, and we're avoiding Raz's father, like an evil version of him, I'm guessing.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, this trick just sends you flying all the way up. Sin is gonna have to try to land on the right platform here. Okay, there it is.
Nice.
Nice. That's the whole section skipped.
Yeah,
We're back
we just
here,
skipped the whole section.
and now it's the two dads combined.
Almost. We
Oh
gotta
yeah.
fight-
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. No, it's throwing the. Yeah, it's throwing the.
Yeah, so the dad's like, our dad's throwing these things. And the other dad is like the coach's dad.
Yeah.
Don't worry, they're gonna combine in a second.
Yeah, this makes sense, I swear.
Okay, so this is the last part. Hopefully we
Yeah.
get double hits here, so you can actually hit the boss twice with one punch. It's just completely luck, so hopefully we get it. I don't think so. No. Maybe this might be it. So ideally we could kill him this next phase where we turn big. If we don't, that's fine, but we'll see. So time might be coming up. So time stops once the cutscene plays after you kill the boss. Also, you can see how overpowered the shield is. You can just tank this. Doesn't look like we're gonna get it. No, okay. So we have to go through one more of these.
One more cycle.
Yeah, so we'll punch him twice, and then that'll be time.
Also,
If there's any lasting donations before we end here, you have like maybe a second.
Yeah, $1 donation by Hypnoshark. Wanna see me donate you in the run? Wanna see me do it again? Yes, please. You have 10 seconds to do it.
Okay, and time.
GG.
That was a good run. That was a pretty good run. Unfortunately, we probably lost like maybe 3 minutes on the frame perfect trick, but hey, at least we got it. Thankfully, our estimate was still really good. So
Had to show it off for the.
yeah, we had to show it off. But yeah, there is an easier way to do it with the credits that I was practicing a little bit yesterday. Like the nanosecond it was found, I saw it and I was like, oh no, but I couldn't consistently get it yet. So I was like, you know, I know this is consistent, but let's just do the non-consistent spam random way. But yeah, this is a super cool run. If you're interested in running this game, there is Psychonauts Discord, so you can go to either the first game or the second game, which the second game also has a really amazing run as well that has a ton of tricks in it. You can go to either of those games and then on Speedrun.com, and then you can go to their servers, and everyone on those servers are really nice. There's a lot of tutorials for this game. I think that's about it for me. I guess, so shout out the community. Shout out YP as well. YP is actually the world record holder of this game. He's a friend of mine. I've met him at a couple GDQs. So shout out to him. Do you have any shout outs?
I don't have any shout outs. I guess shout out to Sin. He looks exactly like the protagonist of this game.
Oh yeah, I kind of look like the kid in this game. It's my profile picture. Also, I guess shout out to the shirt if no one saw it. I was gonna call it out earlier, but I have a Psychic Summer Camp shirt on, which I'm gonna be very out of character and wear it during my next run as well. But it's whatever. But yeah, that's Psychonauts. So there's nothing else. Thanks for having us on.